I wasn't worried about the adults. I was more worried about the children.
A good deed met with brutal violence.
And that's when the guy started stabbing me in my neck and everything else.
A DoorDash driver who offered a stranded family a ride walks us through the horror of what happened next. A grandmother shot 3 times at an ATM.
They said, take $1,000 out of the machine. You're going to give me $1,000 right now.
See the moment the suspects became enraged and the powerful moments in court as the case comes full circle.
He sentenced both of us to many more years than he will ever serve.
A case of grand theft excavator.
How quickly they committed the crime, it does show that they likely had cased it out.
It's a heavy machinery heist that has deputies worried what's next. Tonight in the Spotlight. He was trying to lend a helping hand and got brutally attacked. 60-year-old Melvin Swaggerty was driving for DoorDash when he saw a couple and their 7 young children on the side of the road in Clallam County and offered to give them a ride. After they got in, Melvin was stabbed repeatedly and his SUV stolen. Good evening and welcome to the Spotlight. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Rose. The suspects in this case were arrested near Port Orchard on October 20th in Melvin's stolen SUV. Clallam County prosecutors have charged Nicholas Well and his wife, Rosario Lopez, with attempted murder in the 2nd degree and other felony charges that include a sentencing enhancement for committing the crimes against a Good Samaritan. Both are in the Clallam County Jail after they were transferred there from the Kitsap County Jail. During Wells' first court appearance, the prosecutor described the vicious carjacking.
And the defendant proceeded to stab and slice the victim in the neck, face, head, and chest. They then left the victim for dead and fled with his vehicle.
Well is being held on $750,000 bail. Rosario Lopez is also being held on $750,000 bail. During her court appearance, a trial date was set for January 12th. The judge ordered that she have no contact with the victim or her husband. I sat down with Melvin Swaggerty to hear what happened in his own words and to get an update on his numerous injuries.
My recovery is doing really well. Everybody was surprised and shocked to see me out and about on my first dash on Saturday.
Just 3 weeks after Melvin Swaggerty was viciously attacked, he was back at work doing DoorDash deliveries in Port Angeles. He says it was a little scary at first. His physical scars are healing after doctors removed 47 staples, but the emotional trauma will take much longer. The nightmares are the worst.
I would basically just do a lot of tossing and turning, throw my arm up like I'm defending myself or something in my sleep.
He remembers everything that happened inside his SUV. As detailed in the court documents, it was just after 8 p.m. on October 19th when Melvin saw 7 young children and their parents on the side of Highway 101. He was headed to Squim to drop off a delivery, so he stopped to offer them a ride.
I wasn't worried about the adults. I was more worried about the children.
Their father, Nicholas Well, was in the front seat next to him. Their mother, Rosario Lopez Castro, was in the back, with the kids ages 4 months to 9 years old. They told him their car had been stolen and asked him to drop them off at a friend's house. He says everything seemed normal until, without warning, he was attacked and carjacked.
Just as I was making my left turn onto Carlsberg Road, I heard the lady in the back seat going now, 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 and I got about 10, 15 feet from the fire department there, and that's when the guy started stabbing me in my neck and everything else. And as he was stabbing me, he goes, "Why don't you die?"
Melvin doesn't remember if he threw himself out of the SUV or if he was pushed out. A driver behind him saw what happened, called 911, and stopped to help.
I was on my hands and knees, and I see this pile of blood in front of me on the ground, and I saw my phone next to me, had blood on it too. Don't know where my glasses went to, or anything like that. But yes, the Good Samaritan, whoever that was, I'd like to thank him in person.
Saved your life.
He did.
Melvin was rushed to Harborview, where doctors told him they revived him after he died during surgery. Do you regret stopping to pick them up?
Concerning the fact I almost died, yes.
Kitsap County Sheriff's deputies found his stolen SUV about 8 hours later with the family still inside. Have you gotten your car back?
Nope.
Do you want it back?
No. I don't want to be anywhere near it. I don't want to see it. And I don't even want it back at all. The reason why is because after I found out from the detective that it's considered as biohazard, it's got my blood in it from the windshield all the way back.
Court documents show Lopez told detectives they were paranoid because people were after them and wanted to kill their family. She told detectives it was because her husband knew the location of a, quote, secret biker dope recipe. She said they thought Melvin was working with the group. This couple thought you were part of some conspiracy.
That's what I was told, yes.
To murder their family. Moved by the kindness Melvin showed to the family and by the photos of his injuries, hundreds of people have donated to a GoFundMe to help him. What's your reaction to the amazing amount of support that you have received so far?
It's been really good. I'm sorry.
Through it all, Melvin says his brother Martin has been there to support him every step of the way, even surprising him this week with a new car from Dwayne Lane's Skagit Mazda that gave them every rebate they could find. Melvin doesn't plan to go back to delivering DoorDash full time. He still has physical therapy. While he focuses on his recovery, he says he's already looking forward to his day in court.
I would like to see justice where justice needs to be served. I want to see him get life. That's what I want.
Melvin is a longtime Special Olympics athlete. In fact, he was unable to compete this year and defend his gold medal that he won last year. He is looking forward to getting back to the bowling lanes. If you'd like to donate to Melvin's GoFundMe, you can find a link in the online version of the story at fox13seattle.com. Just look in the Spotlight section under the More tab. A 67-year-old grandmother is reliving her terrifying ordeal while using an ATM. She was shot 3 times during an attempted robbery. Tina Rothert wants you to see what happened to her as a warning to always be on alert when you're using the machine. The shooting happened last April in Covington, and I spoke with Tina as she prepared to face the shooter in court. How painful is this right now, walking?
It's painful.
It's been 19 months since Tina Rothert was shot 3 times during a robbery attempt, once in her stomach and twice in her left thigh.
Right here is 1 bullet wound. There's another bullet wound here. I have another here. I have 8 wounds because of entry and exit, plus one of the bullets that struck my leg broke my femur and fragmented, so some of the fragments came out.
She's still in physical therapy twice a week.
I can't walk very far without the use of an aid. A little bit, more than I was 6 months ago, but very limited.
Here's why. On April 5th of last year, Tina stopped at the ATM in Covington to deposit a check. She had just put her card in the machine when 2 20-year-olds, Trice Famavangje and Colby Delamar, surprised her. What do they say to you when they come up?
They said, take $1,000 out of the machine. You're going to give me $1,000 right now.
Tina was trying to explain to Trice that her bank has a limit on withdrawals.
He was having no part of it. He says, I know you can, and you're going to do it right now. And I said, no, I can't. And he shoved me out of the way.
Delamar was holding her at gunpoint.
Somehow, somewhere, I managed to yell, help me. Don't ask me how. I just know it came out. And as soon as I said that, he turned and fired.
Tina fell back to the ground.
I think he was just angry because he didn't get the money.
The ATM's camera shows Trice jump at the sound of the gunfire, and then the 2 of them race away. They took off in a silver Nissan Sentra. Could you believe you'd been shot?
No.
A nearby store worker heard the gunfire and raced to help stop the bleeding. Tina's 10-year-old granddaughter was in the car and saw everything.
I know that Haley has got some serious anxiety with all of this. She's very protective of me.
You haven't been back to that ATM
No.
since it happened, but
No.
What's it like just being this far from it?
Right now it's okay. My back is to the ATM, but I have also been doing physical therapy right down there for the last 19 months. So it's what my therapist calls, conditional exposure, which helps you get over some of the trauma.
Tina's path to recovery has been paved with pain and PTSD.
Fireworks, cars backfiring, popping balloons. 4th of July was 2 weeks of hell, for lack of a better word.
King County Sheriff's Detective Brittany Bertner was able to get a license plate number for the suspect's car. It belonged to Trice and led to the arrest of both suspects. Tina says she believes Trice is remorseful. He pleaded guilty to rendering criminal assistance and was sentenced in August to a year in custody. Delamar pleaded guilty to assault first degree and attempted robbery first degree. So the prosecution and the defense have come up with an agreement of a little more than 12 years in prison after he pled guilty. Are you happy with that sentence? Is that justice?
No.
So why settle?
Because I need this over. I need to get it. We're looking at 19 months with a deal. We aren't even close to going to trial. How long would that be? And do I want to look at him every day for how long? I want this over. I need to be able to move on with my life and get this behind me.
Just a few days after I met with Tina, she was in court before King County Judge Sandra Woodland to give her victim impact statement at Colby Delamar's sentencing.
While he was unable to steal any money from me, Colby did steal my peace of mind and injured me to an extent that I may never completely recover.
It was Delamar's turn to speak next, and he gave an unexpected apology.
I know I left you scarred physically and mentally. Deep down, no amount of time will fix what I've done because I have made a horrendous mistake that both of us will struggle to live with for the rest of our lives. Lastly, Tina, I want to ask you if you would please accept my apology as a young, dumb person for the traumatizing things I did to you.
His father asked Judge Woodland for mercy, saying his son's actions were fueled by drugs and bad influences.
I'm not going to sit up here and try and sugarcoat what Colby has done. I feel your pain. I have felt it every day since Colby done this. Everyone's a victim here. Your pain for the rest of your life, my pain, my family's pain, we're all gonna live it. It can't be changed. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's okay. I just hope that he gets the low end of this. Colby is not a criminal.
Before her decision on sentencing, Judge Woodland praised Tina.
You are an incredibly strong and resilient person. And I received an outpouring of letters from the community that talked about what an amazing person you are.
She noted that this was a horrible crime and acknowledged the anger that Tina's many supporters in the courtroom feel. Judge Woodland also explained that she's required to follow the sentencing range set by the state legislature of just over 9 years to just over 12 years in prison. In addition, the state Supreme Court says judges must consider the age of the defendant. Delamar was 20 when he shot Tina.
And what that means is I have to look through a lens that says this is not someone who is 40 years old that committed this crime. And I understand that that is a hard thing for people to hear sometimes, because all of us know 20-year-olds who wouldn't pull the trigger, right? And I understand that too. But even with that said, I'm required by the law to consider Mr. Delamar's age.
Finally, in rendering her decision, Judge Woodland opted for roughly a year short of the maximum.
And so, Mr. Delamar, I'm sentencing you to 132 months in prison. That is 11 years in prison. The period of community custody following your release is 36 months. So you'll be on probation for 3 years after your release.
Afterwards, Tina shared her reaction to Delamar's apology.
I was honestly surprised because I just haven't heard anything like that from his before, so it surprised me a little bit. I hope he's learning. I truly do. I hope he can make some serious changes in his life, but what he's done to me and to Haley it's not going to go away.
As to the prison sentence, she says it's a huge weight lifted off her shoulders, but balks at the youthful offender consideration.
I don't care if you're 20 or if you're 40. If you're making those choices, you're old enough to go fight for our country, buy alcohol, vote. You are old enough to serve the time for the crime.
A convicted felon with 45 prior bench warrants for his arrest is back behind bars after a King County Sheriff's deputy assigned to SeaTac police spotted him speeding, weaving, and driving recklessly. It happened on November 2nd, just before 1 a.m., and his attempt to escape was caught on camera.
I'm going to southbound South Center Parkway, past to surrender. Unlicensed minivan. It's been all over the roadway on the freeway. Lost control getting off the I-5. Almost crashed into the dirt barrier.
With meth and fentanyl in his pocket and open alcoholic containers in the vehicle, deputies say 49-year-old Michael Allen Marks refused to pull over, eventually turning into empty oncoming lanes.
184, lost control. He just drove over the median. 184, still on the roadway. Currently in oncoming lanes of traffic.
Foot bail, 184, foot bail. Stop! Police, stop!
After a short foot chase,
Run northbound.
Marks gave up.
I have him on the ground, South Center Parkway, south of 184. He's compliant. Put your hands behind your back right now. Do not move.
He had collapsed in the road, so the deputy pulled him onto the sidewalk, then made sure the cuffs were secure.
Lincoln 41 to 10.
Can you please get up there?
Yeah. Roll on your side. Roll on your side.
The deputy rolled him over. You can see Marks still had an unlit cigarette hanging from his mouth, despite the crash that blew out 2 tires and the foot pursuit. He was wearing a Steelers Troy Polamalu jersey and having a hard time catching his breath.
You okay? I'm going to read you some stuff, okay? Just listen to me.
Can I lay down?
What's going to be most comfortable?
I don't know.
You want to just sit for a minute?
Why don't we breathe?
Yep, just breathe.
Marks was checked out and he was fine. He was booked into the King County Jail where he's been charged with DUI, attempting to elude police, and a vehicle interlock violation. He has previous felony convictions for promoting prostitution and domestic violence assault, plus a DUI in 2016. He has pleaded not guilty. He's being held on $75,000 bail. A weekend trip to Seattle for a Portland woman's birthday ended in her having to kick out a window of an Airbnb and escape barefoot to a neighbor's home. King County Sheriff's deputies say she called 911 from their phone after her boyfriend, Michael Manley, allegedly assaulted her, imprisoned her in a back bedroom, and put a loaded gun to the back of her head when she told him she wanted to break up.
Broke out of a window and left the Airbnb that she was in. X apparently threw her against the wall so that she was going to die today, and then apparently cocked a handgun to the back of her head. He then drove away in her car.
The King County Air Support Unit's Guardian 1 helicopter was able to locate the white Mazda sedan that Manley was driving. Deputies say he had stolen his girlfriend's cell phone, and they were able to track it. Seeing that he was returning to the Airbnb in White Center where they were staying, deputies set up a containment.
Hey, I'm going to move in. I got hands.
I'll go with you.
Do not move.
I don't want no problem. No problem.
With Manley in cuffs, deputies searched for the gun he allegedly pointed at his girlfriend's head and eventually found it in the car he was driving, hidden in a bag of clothes. Deputies say it was a stolen handgun loaded with a round in the chamber. In court, Manley pleaded not guilty to a slew of domestic violence charges. He remains in jail on $200,000 bail. Next to the spotlight, a heavy blow to a small business and some heavy machinery gone in a flash. Why Pierce County Sheriff's deputies say this excavator theft could be part of a concerning pattern. Some thieves in Pierce County were caught on camera stealing about $50,000 worth of construction equipment. They made off with a massive excavator and trailer in just a matter of minutes. As the Spotlight's AJ Janavel tells us, deputies are worried that this theft might lead to more crimes.
Thieves make off with an excavator and trailer hitch estimated to cost about $50,000 in just a few minutes.
How quickly they committed the crime, it does show that they likely had cased it out and knew that that excavator was sitting in that back corner lot.
Now, a local Puyallup business is dealing with a massive loss.
This hits hard for small business owners that are trying to run companies.
And even more concerning for the Pierce County Sheriff's Office, 2 thieves have their hands on this piece of construction equipment.
In the past, we've had stolen excavators used for other crimes, such as like ATM thefts or other major types of crimes.
Unfortunately, investigators don't have many leads. Despite the video of the crime, it's tough to see the suspects, and deputies are asking for help to solve this case.
We'd like to get some tips from the community and get these suspects into custody so that we don't have any other major crimes happen.
For the Spotlight, I'm AJ Janavel.
If you know who's responsible, Crime Stoppers of Tacoma Pierce County is offering a cash reward of up to $1,000 for any information that leads to an arrest. You can submit a tip by calling 1-800-222-TIPS, or you can use the P3 Tips app that you can download to your cell phone for free. As always, you will remain anonymous. That's going to do it for us tonight on The Spotlight. Until next week, I'm David Rose. Please stay safe.